This has been a bit of a delayed video. Just been really. Let me upgrade this thing. Just been really scared of making it because of what it can mean when I do. It's almost like my Pandora's box, except I get a new one every now and then, and I'm always afraid of opening it. Hey everybody, Rebellion here, and welcome back to another vlogs thing. I don't really enjoy doing these too much because not only is there not much for you to look at, but also kind of whenever I do these, I always want to have something good to say, and very often it's not always a very positive message from my end. So, as some of you that have been going to the stream regularly know, I was recently in money troubles once again. I swear it happens very regularly lately. Started out January where just nearly became homeless due to everything going wrong at once, and I was not in the best emotional state or mental state just because of me losing two family members back to back to cancer and not being able to go visit them one last time. In fact, being able to at one point, but just not having the money to go visit them, and then knowing that they died like 5 days after I would have landed, really fucked me up a bit. But I'm sorry that took a while. I feel like shit that I have to say it because it doesn't carry a positive connotation for me, and it feels like admitting defeat, admitting just that things are wrong, that things are rough, and just I don't know. It really just carries that bad thing in my mind. But to move on to it, to tell you guys briefly about what happened in this last while, we had been living in the household largely based on my savings from my last job. It was a pretty sizable payoff check, and I really wanted to endure what I could with it. And we had been using it for a while me and the other roommate that lives with me had starting to try and look for another job to support ourselves. We didn't find much help. We got some money here and there where we could, but we couldn't find a steady source of income. I didn't really like talking about it or even like being forward about my issues just because I normally feel like that can be seen as a sort of make my situation look bad to try and ask for donations, and I really dislike that. But I also kind of realized that it also could, having me mention some of that, everyone's generosity might have been able to help out somewhat and alleviate my mental stress, but I feel like if I did that, I would have earned it in a very scummy way, and that I think that's how it would be perceived, and I don't want people to think of me like that. I'm not like that, but it's just shit. But things we had not been getting any help, and for so long we did. We were going to make it to next month, or things were actually going to work out because one of our roommates got a job working at Amazon at one of the warehouses, and that's fucking great. Just he was gonna have to wait a while for them to build the place, and then he was gonna go over there and work. So that means we were not going to make it, or to be precise, we were going to make it, but pennies on the dollar, as in we would have zeroed out our accounts, and we probably would be skipping out on meals, and we'd be skipping bills, but we would make it. We were ready to make that sacrifice, and then I got a letter from a collection agency claiming that I owed them money due to some work I did prior. I got in contact with my previous people and I said, yo, I was under you guys, some other things, and what can be done about this? And they came back to me sort of saying, no, you gotta foot that bill. Granted, the place I work with doesn't really exist anymore, so I can somewhat understand, but the fact that it was sent to me especially just ticked me off. So with that, I now had another new bill to sort of try and handle, which threw every calculation astray, as well as some other expenses that built up that I did not see coming either. And with that, we were a good amount under the hole. We were skipping bills and everything. We could not make it. We were actually very close to losing the house again this month, and I, knowing just like my regular thing, keeping my mouth shut about how bad things were, because I hate having to ask for anything. I could explain on that a bit more, but I don't think you guys want to hear about it. But to give a brief summary, it's just that came from a very poor household. My mom and I lived under the poverty line after my dad sort of farther aware. I haven't been told specifically because he refused to talk about it. My mom, still not the happiest person about that time, just says dad cheated on her, divorced, and then emptied bank accounts to take all the money he could to start up a new business that failed in under a year. So we were in a very bad place. And with that, we really pinched our pennies. And it was a very strange sort of social thing in that if we asked for anything, it was normally an actual physical thing and not money, because we, especially me as well, living in that household and with my mom's teachings, were raised to think that money is a symbol of someone's time and effort, and that to ask for it was asking too much of them. So I could ask someone for like, hey, can you get me like a little bit of food? Can you help me out by buying a little pack of pencils or something for school, something like that? Sure, I didn't mind. I didn't really see a negative thing to rely on someone's help for something like that. But money was something entirely different, and it meant something different to me. So I really tried to push it away from my mind. And if any of my old friends from high school know me, that's why I sort of didn't really ask for money, and I sort of was the way I am because I saw it as that sort of a thing. But so things were going along, and I, like usual again, due to stress, I sort of slip up and start talking about this on stream in a very not happy kind of way. Thankfully, a couple people that were there were very, oh, so very generous to help out, and I can't express enough how much I want to thank them. They have not said who they are, or who they have. The people that have helped me have not said who they were, and they haven't exactly put any emotion that they want to be known. So I just want to say as a blanket thanks to the community then, because if they're a member of it, I want to trust that everyone can be that generous and that good-hearted. So thank you all, because without a channel, without a way to let out, I really would have just been miserable. And I don't feel any shame in saying this, but I was very close to like suicide. I mentioned it on stream in this last recent stream on Wednesday, the 19th, that emotionally I was fucked in this. I really could not see a way out. This household was kind of founded upon my potential at the time for my job, and the fact that everything went wrong and I could no longer support everyone here, it really just felt miserable. Not productive, not doing anything, just trying to find something and knowing that it's all going wrong. And the way it was going wrong was what got to me, just because it did feel like everything that went wrong was out of my control. I could never directly interact and try to fix things. It was just, no, deal with what went wrong and foot the bill. And it really crushed me emotionally. But with that and the recent help from the community currently on my stream, we are now safe in the household. We should be able to make it until the Amazon job for my roommate kicks in and he can start footing the bills while I still look for a job. But it would be still very much. I'm skipping out on one or two bills. He's skipping out on, I think, one or two bills as well for the household. Everyone's putting all hands on deck for every single bit of money they have. I am going to be going down to quite literally dollars on my account left at this point, and we're skipping food. I've done it before in college when I had to pay it out of my own pocket, but it was a miserable experience in that. For the first 2 weeks next month, we're just not going to be able to eat really. Just got to deal with it. And so that's why I do want to say that I talked to some people, some of the people on my Discord server, and they did express the notion of asking for money is not the same as asking for help. Or it is, but I need to learn, have the courage of asking for help and not only when I'm desperate. Because the two times that I have ever come out and asked for assistance like this was the two times I nearly became homeless. And technically one of them was also when I nearly committed suicide, so just things like that. And I really need to start getting better at it, but I'm just really scared of losing any sort of face to you guys. I know I shouldn't really, considering that I'm just a voice on a screen and you guys, in my perception sometimes, is just names on a screen as well, but I do try to envision every single one of you as a person that I can say hi to, we can hang out with, and just shoot the shit and play games with, but every single time I do that, I think I'm letting every single one of you down by just failing to be able to keep something up and constant for you guys, so I'm sorry that I nearly drove myself mad with this whole thing, so to know that we are no longer desperate, but we could, in the household and I, can still use some help. I'm not asking for anything big by any means whatsoever, no, we are safe, but any amount that's donated would go toward make sure that we can eat. Like, we'd be getting bags of rice, we'd be buying some eggs, some stuff that could save and work for a long time, so that we can just eat that first 2 weeks of next month. If not, then that bag of rice probably gonna have to last a lot longer. But anything that's given to us will now go toward getting that safety net and rebuilding the savings of the household, because I think I mentioned on stream as well, I personally have lost my savings 3 times now. My roommate has lost his savings twice, or one of them has, and my family, which was helping me out for a little bit, lost a collector savings with me. I've mentioned it before, and I'm not exactly shy about saying it. Just we've lost a lot of money. Not even related toward me, like helping me in housing. Just recently, this year, we lost about $20,000, a little bit over, just over some stupid shit that I'm still angry about. But that one I actually am not at liberty to talk about, just because it's very personal with my mom and her identity is tied to it. I don't want to make sure that nothing like that happens, or nothing bad happens to her in any way, shape, or form. And so this video, while having two purposes, to let you guys know what's going on and why things are going the way they are, I thank you, every single one of you. Even if you actually never went to the stream, if you never knew about this, if you never did anything, but just for watching, for being here, and for trusting that I can entertain you for a little bit of your life. Because God knows without you guys entertain me back, I don't think I'd be here. I would not be here if it weren't for certain individuals as well that really stepped forward and made themselves known that they wanted to help me. So, thank you, everyone. And as for the other reason that this video is being made is that I stream on Twitch regularly. I'm affiliate now, so I have a sub button and I can accept bits, which was a huge moral boost for me. Granted, I didn't work for that sub button just like everyone else had, so it feels a bit of a watered down experience, but it's still very empowering to know that I can now be supported in small increments and give something back to people on Twitch with an emote that we had done by a good friend of mine, Pasta Horde. But with that came another thing that I also had to think about. Being that money was on my mind, I really did have to give it some serious thought. And that YouTube, I love doing it. I love making videos for YouTube, specifically for YouTube as well, just because it's fun, it's on my own time, and I am free to have fun with it, release it on schedule, and do things like that. Granted, my schedule's shit right now, but baby steps. But as I am also not allowed to say how much I make on YouTube due to my contract with my MCN, it's not much. That probably is a bit of telling, but it's not much. In all honesty, no. Not at all. But also, through Twitch, I got the affiliate, I got affiliate status, I think, when did it launch? Like March? Yeah, like in March, I got affiliate. I think. March or like the beginning of the next month, April. I got affiliate. A very proud moment when streaming, and in that small, like 3-4 months time frame, I have made more than I made on YouTube for over a year. So it's really pushed me to think of if I want to be able to sustain myself, be able to live a better, less stressful life, I might have to think about making YouTube the back burner and like sort of archive versus streaming more often and trying to do something with that, no matter how much my brain says that's a stupid idea and it's gonna fail. So I want to pose that question to you guys. What is your opinion on it? Because, well, I know some of you will say that I should take care of myself. It is also not that simple of an equation. I would not do this if it weren't for you guys. So what is your guys' input on it? Would you guys want to see more stream archives on here? Would you want me to stream more often so that I can put more archives on here? And what about the frequency of these videos? Because before I did sort of segment them into like 1 to 2 videos a day, assuming that a stream had happened to try and like make sure I didn't spam anyone's sub feed. But now, with so many games being done on stream lately, or at least story-related games on stream, I am pressured, or I feel pressured to release those videos in such a way, in such quick fashion, like at 10, 2, and 6, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Standard, so that way people can watch it and be ready to come back to the next stream. Is that okay for you guys? Like, am I spamming your guys' inbox and you guys don't even care about it, or would you want me to hold back a bit and you guys wouldn't be able to watch all the videos on time to join the next stream, but it would be at your own pace? I really am curious about that. I posed a couple of questions to you guys and finally let you guys know as well what's going on in my life. So thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for tolerating me and my stupid shit sometimes. I stress myself out far more than I should, and I'm a stupid person for doing that, but thank you for sticking with me. Even though it's not vocal, it means a lot. And so, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure who would actually watch this regular video with probably text on it or something, but thank you for everything. Really. You guys have legitimately saved my life. More than once. More than you'll ever know. So, stay awesome. Hope I have something soon for you guys, just because I need to wait on Twitch affiliates exclusivity thing, and then Fuck Your Crimes will come back up. So, later.